Now record. Now record. Record everyone. So guys, yesterday, oh, sorry, थोड़ा सा इधर आ जाओ. So yesterday we have seen the VRF concept, right? So VRF is stand for the virtual routing for working, right? So based on that, the virtual routing table, the router will follow the packet. So how do I create the VRF? The very simple command. Step number one: create the VRF. How I create? I just put the command IP VRF and define the name, and this name is associated with your routing table. This name is associated with your routing table. Then after that, you need to go on the interface 0/0, and tell this person, hey, this interface is now a part of the VRF. Cisco, which VRF? Cisco. So now this interface now move in the Cisco routing from global. Right. So very simple commands are there. Create VRF, the step number one, IP VRF Cisco, right? This is the command. And then after that, we need to associate this interface into the particular VRF. Which VRF? Cisco. This name is case sensitive, guys. This name is case sensitive. So whatever the name that you are going to define, it has to be same. Right. So yesterday we have seen that like how we can implement the static routing with the VRF, right? So we just need to put the command IP root. Then we need to define the VRF and whatever the VRF table you are going to use. And I'm going to say 1.0.0.0 subnet mask information and next W, whatever the next W you have. So this command will tell this person, right? In VRF table, not global. Whereas if you put the command IP root 1.0.0.0.0, this information will be installed in your global routing. Right. So here we are mentioned this keyword VRF Cisco.
So that is in the ISP table we added that, right? IP route VRF.
Yeah, of course. This is the VRF that you are going to do mostly, right? 99% chance you are doing the VRF. We cannot say that 99%. It's totally depend on the requirement. Most of the time, the ISP is going to use the VRF also. Most of the time, customer is very less requirement. Customer side. Also, whatever the requirement we have, don't worry. But customer has a very less requirement. Always, yeah, the VRF concept is implementing on the ISP side. We'll see the scenario where we can the customer is going to use this concept VRF. And how do I ping? If you just put the command ping, if you just use this command ping 1010101, what happens? It look up global routing. If you want to just come. And how do I verify these things? 1 minute, I'll allow you to go on. Show IP VRF. Show IP VRF interface. Right. These are the commands to check like and show IP root VRF system. So these are the verification command you can use to verify this thing, right? Now let's come back to the scenario. Now we are going to implement the dynamic routing protocols, right? So we can go for the RIP. In the dynamic, we can start from the RIP, EIGRP, BGP, right? So So first I'm going to configure the RIP, right? I'm going to configure the RIP on this side, this side, this side, this side, this side as well as. Okay, on every router I'm going to configure the RIP, right? And through the RIP I'm going to exchange the routing information. So on a router, right, on the client side, on a customer side, these are my customer, right? These are my customer, right? These are my customer. On a customer side, we are going to run the normal RIP. For example, on R1, version 2 network, 15.0, network, network, done, copy. R1 is configured, right? Same way, let me just move from size. All done. Or we have our same configuration on R2, router RIP, version 2, 25.0, network, network, done. Same way R3, this guy, R3, normal RIP you're going to configure on the customer side, always normal RIP. Nothing we have to do any configuration. A very normal configuration. So before I'm going to paste this RIP configuration, let's see the whatever the IPs are configured, right, on the customer side. So if you verify from the router number 1, that is the Cisco Bangalore office, right? Show IP interface brief. Font is too small, right? I think so. R1, R2, and here we're going to stop. So if you see the configuration of R1, we have a proper configuration of R1, right? And we should show IP protocol summary. We don't have any protocol is enabled. Okay, BGP is enabled. Let's remove this BGP, right? Let me check the configuration. Okay. Now port. Nothing is there. All done and done. So I'm going to start my configuration from the router number 1, that I'm going to paste this configuration, normal configuration, right? So on router number 1, we have a 2 loop backs. One is a 1.0 and 10.0. Verify this thing. Not then create the loop back and paste this configuration, right, on our router number, normal configuration. Done, right? On a router number 3, if you just have a look at this Cisco Delhi branch, right? All done. Let's configure the RIP on this side. All done. What about the router number 2 now? If you go back to the router number 2 and if you verify the do show IP interface brief export on assign, we all have a proper IP addressing on the router number 2. Now we need to copy this command. Copy. And let's paste this on the screen. So we have a 2 duplication. If you see that we have a duplicate range. The private range can be duplicate, right? मेरी छींक मेरी मम्मी पे गई, मेरा शकल मेरे पापा पे गया, छींक मेरी मम्मी पे गई और गंदा छिड़का हुआ. Now, if you go back to the router number 4 now, and if you verify the show IP interface brief, all good. We have a proper IP addressing on the router number 4. So let's configure this 4 as well as copy and all done. Done. So now it's time to configure the R5, right? On R5, this two interface should be a part of VRF, right? Which VRF? Cisco. So what I'm going to do on this guy, on this two interface, I'm going to start my configuration, right? The VRF configuration on the router number 5. Interface, okay, first create the VRF. Done on R5, read this configuration, copy. On a 0/1 as well as this 35.1, same information, 35.5. On 2/0 now, sorry, 1/0. This should be Nokia. Guys, make sure that this is a case sensitive, right? Many person is doing the mistake this in exam. Okay, the name is very, very important, case sensitive. Always remember, whenever you're not able to ping, right, in a VRF case, if you have a VRF on the router and if you're not able to ping, check your VRF configuration, most important. Because many person is doing the mistake with the VRF, many person. All good, right? So let's copy this configuration on the router number 5. Copy and
Last one is Cisco. You have to change it to Nokia.
wow, made a mistake, right? Done. All good. So now if you see do show IP VRF, verify this thing to show IP VRF interface. Can you see now all we have a proper IP address. Right? Now I need to configure the RIP on this guy. Problem.
So 2/0 is still shut down. It is not up.
Okay. Is it? Now, the thing is that in networking, the IP is categorized in the two ways, right? IPv4 and IPv6. Right? The IP has two parts. One we have a IPv4, one we have a IPv6. Right? At the same time, IP is going to provide the three types of communication, right? Unicast, multicast, and broadcast. Normally, what happened normally we have a two types of routing protocol, right? We have a two types of routing protocol. Either we have a unicast routing protocol, that is a RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, BGP. The multicast routing protocol comes in the picture like a DBMRP, MOSPF, PIM. Okay, so according to the traffic wise, right, we have a three types of traffic. We can say the unicast, multicast, and broadcast. But we are only going to deploy the unicast routing protocol and either the multicast routing protocol, depend on the requirement, right? Now, thing is that this IPv4, right, this guy is going to work with the this person, and this person as well. Okay. And this all are the things are which guy? This all things are for the global. Global is a global routing table. So if you're just going to enable router rep and version 2, and if you put the network, whatever the network we have, take example 1.0, what happened? You are enabling this command is saying that, hey, you're enabling the VRF. Sorry, this command. This is saying that you are advertising this network in global. At the same time, what happened right now? The ISP is running with the which part? The ISP is running with the VRF, right? And the same thing, what happened for the VRF? We have a same way. We have a unicast, we have a multicast, we have IPv4, IPv6. So basically, what happened on the router side? We have a family, right? Two families are there. The family number 1, the family number 2. And there after that, what happened? The family has a 2 sons. We have IPv4, IPv6, unicast for the IPv4, unicast for the IPv4 multicast. Right now on the ISP side, what happened? I'm not going to deploy this RIP protocol for the global, right? Because this all these interfaces are belongs to the particular VRFs, Cisco, Nokia. I need to tell this person, hey, I'm going to deploy router RIP protocol, not for the global, for the particular address family. Which address family? IP4, that's belong to the VRF Cisco. Exit over there for right now and see. Two things is happening. One is the unicast. By default, this command is enabled. And you know what is the meaning of this command? You are advertising this route for the global. Actually, in the background, this command is by default enabled. You are doing the unicasting, right? If you remember this command IP routing, what this command is doing, it enable unicast, right? Only unicast. If you see do show IP multicast, still multicast is what? Disable. So I need to go on the router number 5. What I'm going to tell this person, hey, I'm going to run this protocol RIP for which we are at Cisco. And now in the Cisco, how many routes are present? This 2.1, right? 15.0. And done. And the same way, we have another VRF Cisco. Sorry, another VRF we have. That is a Nokia, right? And that also going to run for the which one? IPv4, right? Network. How many routes we have in the IP Nokia? 25.0 and so now if you have a look the configuration, do show run section RIP or router. This is for the Nokia, right?
No, when did you say that that address family syntax is needed?
Yeah. Or how you can define if you're going to enable for the IPv4, right? You don't need to put this command. By default, this command is exist over there. I'm going to override this command over there.
Okay, so your regular router will have that, is it? Address family
Yeah,
IP.
your regular router is have this one.
Can you just
This-
show me on
this-
R1 now, R2 if it's already there? IPv4
No,
unique.
it's a hidden over there. It's been not seen over there. Like this command. IP routing. Have you ever seen this command on the running config? See,
Okay.
are you able to see the IP routing anywhere? You can't see that. This IP routing, this command IP routing is going to enable the unicast behavior. See the command line, router rep, what I'm doing over there. What's even, let's do one thing. I'll do one thing. R1, I'm going to configure the start my configuration for how no router rep. I'm going to disable the rep over there, right? I'm going to start my configuration like this. Address, sorry. Address of IP port, unicast, network. Advertise like this. Both are correct. Network. Actually, this is the way that you're going to configure the command. See, I did this configuration, but what happened? It's not showing this. It's a problem of the version. You can do this thing on a different version. It will show this command as well. By default, this command is enabled. By default. I did my configuration like this, but what happened? They converted into the normal one, the older format. My version is not updated. So now if you see, R1 is able to receive all the route. Do show IP route. Okay, what happened? So IP route VRF Cisco. Okay. So IP route VRF Nokia. Okay, I'm able to receive this route. R2. Okay, 1 minute. The customer is not receiving the route. Why? Show them section. So IP interface B. So restriction. So issue is happening. R5 is able to receive all the information. Can I ping? Yep. When R2 is able to receive why? Just wait for some time. It's a slow protocol. Okay. Check another router. Too short period. Okay, this is bug. Just give me 1 minute. This is bug. My router is not able to receive this information. This is make nothing.
Sir, on R5 configuration, can you just show what?
Load and section. Sky right? Yes, it's correct. Chale.
And you configured the interfaces also on that VRF, right?
Yeah, perfect. It's VRF is correct. VRF is correct. So if you show, if I'll show you one thing. See. Just let me show you something else. EIGRP. We found the neighborship with the EIGRP, and EIGRP is receiving the route. It's a bug of the GNS3. No need to define version on the ISP. Yeah, no need. By default, it will take the version 2. If you configure the address family.
You really went fast. So I'm not sure what you did there. Okay.
See, maybe the version will create the issue because by default, but it has to be received the route like. So not minute. So, but you can see the problem is I'm only using the 45 it has to use the 4 as well as well. एक मिनट ना. No router rep. The router rep address family IPv4 VRF Cisco and as the version 2 network sorry 2015 logic. I have to remove this guy. And the same thing we need to do for the Nokia as well as network. 45 audio network. 25 audio.
Sir, I think you advertised wrong network, sir. 15 and 35 should be in. You did no network 35 on Cisco.
15 and 35 should be in the Cisco, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
25.
25 and 45 is correct. Okay, okay, yeah, I did. Cisco 2 and
35 and
okay. Right. Let's see if the version issue is happening. We'll see the route. Here we go. Yeah, it was the version mismatch is happening. And it didn't define the version on the RAM. And it define the version. This one I forgot. Also, I didn't define over there, so let me define this there. Now to show run section. Router. Here we go. I forget to define this command on the tab. So now R2 will receive this information. Yeah, but it's not receiving the 4.0, right? Okay, on R3 to show IP route. See, am I able to receive all the route? R3 is able to receive all the route, right? R1 is able to receive all the route 3.0 and 35.0. Let's go back to the router number 4 if you see to show IP route. Now R4 is not able to receive the route, right? Maybe some issue on R2 configuration. Sorry. Is enabled. It's a guys, it's a bug, right? It's a bug of the GNS React. They are not working with the the RIP. But yeah, I forget to enable the command this one, right? Version 2 only, right? But it's a bug. You can do one thing. You can take a 15.0 as version, and you can do this practical. It will work over there. Because I did the same practical many times, right? Because every configuration is correct, right? Version 2, version 2. The ISP on a customer side, you need to do the normal configuration, right? Normally, you need to do the customer side like this one.
You have version 15 images, right?
No, I have a 15 images, but I need to draw the topology for the 15 as well as again. But right now I'm running with the 12.0. I think so I'm running with the 12.0. Yes. That's a bug. Because R1 is able to exchange the route with the R3, but this customer is not. So this guy is able to exchange the route from here to here, right? Okay, this guy is able to exchange the route, but this guy is not able to exchange the route. The configuration is same, that nothing is different in the configuration, but this guy is able to exchange, this guy is not. Nothing is a bug of that of GNS. Don't worry. Stay right in the R1, R4 is not there. Even if you check on R2, R2 is able to receive the 45.0 route, but not the complete one. So it's a bug of it. Right, so this is how you can configure, like the RIP. You can do this practical on the 15.0 as version. It will work over there. Don't worry. And even it's not working, so don't worry. Like, you know, the RIP is totally obsolete protocol legacy now. We are not going to use the RIP, and you will never find anywhere RIP, not in the examination. Even the version 5.5 is not given the RIP over there, right? Not in the syllabus, not in the examination, not anywhere. I just show you that how you can enable the RIP on the VRF, particular VRF. That's it. But this guy is not, we are not going to use the RIP anywhere. Right? You can do this practical on the 15 or Juras version. Same command will be there. Just put the same command. It will work over there. Maybe. Otherwise, if it's not working over there, then again it's a big issue with the, like, you know, the iOS version. Let's do one thing now. I'll make this lab on the VMware so that I can show the other people as well as, right. Maybe they have questions, so I can do that.
Will it work on the PNet?
I'm just checking out on the WebIU as well as PNet will work. PNet has the updated emails. The PNet has some issue with the firewall, right? I have seen this. Have you done with the SD-WAN, Ron?
Sorry?
Have you done with the SD-WAN part?
Have I done what?
SD-WAN, software-defined network.
Yeah, it's coming along.
How's the SD-WAN? Is it hard or like what?
Is it hard?
Yeah, I'm asking, is it hard? Is it complex to configure this thing? Like, you know,
Well, a lot of things are automatic.
Yeah.
You don't have to redistribute static. You don't have to redistribute connected. A lot of things just are automatic. Tunnels are built automatically.
Okay.
But, I mean, yeah, OSPF automatically redistributes connected routes, static routes, inter-area routes, and intra-area routes into OMP without any configuration.
And how the loop prevention is happening?
Well, I don't know. You know, I'm getting information from this person and that person. You know, because a lot of these companies don't have configuration. They'll give you show commands, but then they won't give you the configuration. So you have to find it from somewhere else. So it's been a grind. All these SD-WAN labs, I see an MPLS cloud and an internet cloud, but it doesn't look like the lab is like that. The CCIE lab, it looks like there's an MPLS core and everything's connected to that.
Exactly right. Exactly right. MPLC SD-WAN, you know one thing. SD-WAN loop prevention mechanism is quite lengthy. Not lengthy, it's very easy again. Not lengthy, it's very easy as compared to normal. The SD-WAN, even the SD-WAN, you know, the loop prevention mechanism is totally depend on the like unicast routing protocol that you are using in the traditionally. Do you have a SD-WAN Cisco press book, right? In the SD-WAN Cisco press book, this thing is given, right?
Cisco Press.
Yeah, Cisco press SD-WAN.
Who wrote it?
Sorry?
Who wrote it? You know?
Let me check that one. Who sorted this thing?
You don't have it?
Let me check. I have it.
Most of the work
Mera
is
class?
getting the images working
Mera.
and then getting the devices registered. That's more work than anything.
See, do you know anyone of the person?
No.
No. अच्छा ये फाउंडर था खालिद
Can you send?
Okay, let me configure this thing. This week में ना इन्हीं ऑब्जेक्ट things करना है आपको ये भी करना है Maybe we are Cisco. Oh, please, man. ये देखो मैं थोड़ा सा चलिए ठीक है wasn't done done 25 or 0 25 sorry done done last rep come on man show IP root show IP route VRF, Cisco, show IP route VRF. Now क्या बाबा आ गया कस्टमर के पास भी आ जाना चाहिए to show IP route आगे इसके लिप के बगैर आगे डन डन R2 R3 हो गया कस्टमर R2 डन R3 R1 all मिला के bug GNS3 has some issue. GNS3 has some issue, guys. If you see, I have all things right. If you see the rip, I'm getting all the output right. Everywhere. R2 has a complete information about the another site 4.0 and 45.0, right? R2, router number 2. R3 has a complete information about the, like, you know, R5 has a complete information, the ISP, about the Nokia table and Cisco as well as. At the same time, R4 has a complete information, right? Sorry, R4, the 2.0 about this site, okay? And R1 also have a complete information of 3.0 and 35.0. It was a bug on the GNS3. It's not a, you cannot say that it's a bug of the GNS3, guys, right? It's a bug of iOS version. It's a bug of the iOS, nothing else. Then now let's configure the EIGRP. So what I'm going to do for the EIGRP configuration, I'm going to remove the RIP from the every router right now. No router RIP. No router RIP. Done. I have removed the RIP on every router. Now let's just start the EIGRP. Router EIGRP on the customer side, right? Normal. So what I can do, I'm going to assume this person is going to use the EIGRP number 1, this customer, because they are the same customer, right? The Nokia is going to use the EIGRP number 2 and Cisco is going to use the 1. R1 and R3. The configuration should be same, right? Can I use this one? I can use, right? No issue. R2 and R4. Done. Right? R2. Done. R4. Done. R1 and R3. That is this guy, R1 and R3. Done. Done. On an ISP, what happened? On an ISP, first of all, what you need to enable the EIGRP sign. You need to enable the EIGRP first of all. How do I enable it? I can use the any dummy AS number. Any dummy AS number. I can use the 100. I can use the 500. To just enter in the EIGRP mode, right? To just enter in the EIGRP mode, we need to use any AS number. You can use the same number as well as if you know use the 1, you can use the 1 as well as. You can use the 2, you can use the 2 as well as. But right now, I'm just going to use the one global AS number. I'm just going to use the one global AS number. And in this global AS number, what I'm going to call, I call the address family IPv4, which person? Classic mode, right? Classic mode does not support the IPv6, IPv4. And then put the VRF name. If you put the question mark, he's giving the option, right? Unicast or VRF. By default, unicast is enabled. I just need to put the VRF and then VRF name Cisco. Hit enter and say the autonomous system. Which autonomous system this guys belong? So AS number 1, right? Cisco is belong to the AS number 1. Cisco AS number 1. Cisco AS number 1. And then here I say that network 0.0.0. Whatever the network are present in the Cisco routing table, all they will be advertised by using the 0.0 statement. Do show IP route VRF Cisco. See, 2 networks. I can advertise both of the networks just putting the 0.0.0. Exit. Same way. Now I'm going to use the Nokia over there. Sorry. Nokia. And then AS number what? 2. Right? Nokia is going to use the 2 network. All done. So now you should do show run section EIGRP. Now if you have a look at it, do show IP route VRF Cisco. I have all customer out. And if you see the do show IP VRF route Nokia. So now R2, this loopback is not there, 10.0. Let's create this guy. So now if you see, duplication is there, right? You can see that. Do show IP route Cisco. But both are present, right? But both are present in a different routing table. And now if you see the customer information, right? Customer also have show IP route. R2 has the information on the R4. I can ping this guy, right? If you know ping. And if you go back to the router number 1, that is this guy, Cisco Bangalore office. I have 3.0.0, right? I can ping this person. On that side, if you see on R4, I have a R2 information. And on R3, I have a R1 information. So on a normal router, on the customer router, we are just going to enable the normal EIGRP. On the ISP side, you have to do like this configuration. I'm again repeating, this AS number you can take any name. You just need to enter in the EIGRP mode. That's why I use the global AS number. I can use the AS number 2 as well as if you want, I can use it. Let's have a look over there. Let me remove this person, no router EIGRP 500. I say that router EIGRP. Take anyone. I take a 1 over there. And this one is already used by the Cisco. I can copy this person AS number 1. Done. And for Nokia, AS number 2. And we are good to go. So do show IP root. So do show run section. This is a global AS number, right? It can be anything. And under the VRF, I'm going to use the AS number 1. Under this VRF, we are going to use the AS number 2. Global AS number, local to the VRF, local to the VRF. This global AS number could be anything. It's totally up to you. You just need to enter in the EIGRP mode. That's it, nothing else. This thing I did in the classic mode, you can do also in the named mode as well. If you want to do the named mode, I can show you as well as if you want. Let's do one thing now. Let's come back to this part. Where is the topology? This one, I can configure the name mode if you want. I'll do one thing. Host name R1, right? Same topology in Bangalore and Delhi is there. No router rip. CCI name mode. Network address family. IPv4 autonomous. Okay. IPv4 autonomous system number 1. Network 0.0.0.0.0. Done. On a R4. Host name R4. That is this guy. Nokia, right? Sorry. We have to configure the name mode. Router EIGRP. Name will be CCNP. Done. On a R3, that this guy. So name you can use anything, right? The name mode. This is locally significant, right? And if you go back to the router of 2 now, right? Address on IPv4, autonomous system number 1. And here you can use the unicast. Sorry. If you see, I can use the unicast keyword. If you want, you can use it. By default, it's a unicast. If you see, we have an option over there. By default, it's unicast. So if you see, I didn't put this command, right? I just put the address family IPv4 autonomous system number 1. By default, this command will take for the unicast. If you want to specify for the multicast, you need to put the multicast keyword. But right now, if you want to specify the unicast, sorry, it should be 2, right? So already 1 is configured, not allowed for the 2. Let's meet. Now I say the network. On the ISP side, what I can do, the router now 5. Router EIGRP, which name? Tell me anything. Spider-Man. Address family. IPv4, right? Now which one? VRF. What's the autonomous system number 1? Okay. Just go. Then AS number 1, right? Network. From the neighborship. Same thing with this guy. Nokia. What are AS number? 2. Network. Done. Do show run section EIGRP. This is the name mode configuration. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just come back. Okay. Just till meanwhile, watch this command. In this, so this is the coconut, right? So I finish this 3 coconut. I throw it, right? So this is the coconut. This is the food. This is there, right? Coconut is there. So you just put the water, no more water. Okay, this lady, then I can feel it, right? Like coconut water. Yeah, guys. Anyone has a questions? No. This clear is like a classic mode, how you can configure the VRF and the name mode, right? So whatever the ACE number that you're defining over there, this ACE number is a global ACE number, and this is the local to the VRF. You can use any of the ACE number; it's totally up to you. And in the like a name mode, you just need to specify the name. It could be any name, and under this name you can define the this thing. Cisco Autonomous System 1, that is this guy 1.1, and this guy is 2.2. This is awesome. शॉर्ट सर्किट करवा दूंगा मैंने इसमें कुछ नहीं होगा जानता नहीं है मैं तुझे तो VPN वीडियो ना चाहिए तुझे देता हूँ तुझे क्लास लेने आधे घंटे में सब कुछ दूंगा आके पढ़ा दूंगा मैं ऐसा ही ना मैं भी देता हूँ पूरे वीडियो All good, guys. Of course, you can do it. Yeah. Don't do it. Will not remove it. Now, let's do the OSPF configuration, right? Let's remove the EIGRP. Done. How do I configure the OSPF? On the customer side, normal OSPF is going to be done, right? Dot OSPF number 1. That's it. Network 15.0. Area 0. Network 1.0.0.0.0. Area 0. Network 10.0.0.0.0. Area 0, right? On a customer R1. On a R3, network 35.0. Area 0. Network 3.0.0.0. area 0. Customer, right? Normal configuration. R4 customer, any AS number you can take, sorry, any process ID. 2 45.0 area 0, right? Area 0. R2 25.0 area 0 network. Area 0 network.